Here we go.
Yay. Is it on? Oh, I see it now.
Yes.
Hi.
Welcome to TwiNSYNC Season 2.
Episode 1, Season 2.
1.
But we're not doing it like that, right? We're on episode 53.
Oh, I thought we were doing Season 2, Episode 1.
I mean,
Either one. We'll see.
We don't know because this is the
professional
first one
start,
of
you
Season
guys.
2.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
This is how we do it, Julie.
Top
This
notch.
is how we do it. Welcome to the pod.
Keeping
We
it
have
real.
a special guest.
We do. It's
Hi.
Julie Elster. Julie, I don't know if you know this, but we have been talking about you being on the podcast a couple of times. So the people know who you are.
Oh, the people know me?
Yes,
Yeah.
and we keep teasing that we had this semi-famous person being on our podcast, and that
You're
is you.
being very generous by even saying semi-famous. Tens of people listen to my podcast.
Love it.
Oh,
Well,
right.
you tell us all about who you are and about your podcast.
Okay. I am Julie Elster. I host Your WDW, the Disney World Planning Podcast, the most difficult podcast name to say. That
It's
was like
great.
it was a placeholder.
Slips right off the tongue.
Yeah, it was a placeholder name when I first started. My husband was just like, and I was like, I'll change it later. And then before I knew it, it turned into like a thing. And I'm in like the top 0.5% of Apple podcasts. Like it's crazy. And so I can't.
Whoa.
Nice.
I can't
You said
change
you have
the
tens
name.
of listeners.
Tens of
You are
listeners.
lying.
You know, I take all of that with a grain of salt. Do you know how many people start a podcast, do like a single episode and then give up? I'm pretty sure that Apple includes that in
That
their,
does
in their
not matter.
numbers. Anyway,
That's really amazing.
yeah.
See, you are famous, Julie. You are famous.
Semi-famous.
Not even
Semi-famous.
semi. You are real famous.
But yeah, we talk Disney World, a lot of trip reports. People love the trip reports. We get a lot of great tips from people and their own trips. And I love sharing my own stories and time at the parks. And you guys have been guests on the show to share your own trips and your hot takes. One of your hot takes, though, multiple people have been taking you guys down.
I've heard.
Yeah, your hot take was you can get a multi-pass lightning lane and just show up whenever. Just show up whenever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Multiple people now have come on the show and been like, oh no, that is not the case. You get turned away. And every time I'm like, I'm going to have to tell them.
Well,
Listen,
that
here's
tip is
what I have to
wrong.
say, because that was my hot tip. They must have just changed it because
I mean,
it used to work for me all the time.
we went in February and we had no problems.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
remember that one time we went like 7 hours late and they didn't even say anything to us.
Wow. I just the day that we are recording, released an episode, and the person I was talking to said the same thing. She's like, I've shown up like 5-6 hours late, but recently she's gotten pushback. So I'm also going to assume that your hot tip used to be a hot tip and maybe they're cracking down on it.
Okay.
Well, that's good to
my
know
guess.
because I don't want to go and be yelled at.
Yeah.
Me neither. I will not test this tip
Yeah.
because I'm too scared to get yelled at. I don't want to get
I'll
yelled
test
at.
it again. Don't worry. I don't mind.
We
you'll be
are
our
actually
tester.
going this weekend. By the time this airs, we will have already gone, but we are heading there this weekend, and we already have an issue with an individual lightning lane that we purchased for Guardians. There are no longer any times available, and so we can't change it. But Aaron will have already had to leave to go to the airport. So it is our birthday, and
What's
we're
your
gonna
hot tip?
we're gonna wear the
see it in your
birthday
face.
pins and make them change it for us. But tell
Wow,
us,
you're
Julie,
gonna
what to
make
do.
them change it. Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm going to be very pleasant and kind.
That
And they're going to
actually
say, "Oh, it's your birthday, no problem."
is that how it's gonna go?
Yeah.
Yes.
We've looked into the crystal ball. So actually, weirdly, the same episode that I released today, we talked about this because she had a similar issue where she had purchased an individual lightning lane and was like, well, we're not going to be able to use this. The time didn't work. But once you purchase it, you can edit the time. So just use that old edit refresh trick because more
Yeah.
times will pop up.
Okay,
100%
I've been
more
doing
times
it.
will pop up.
I've been doing it throughout the day today, but that's just today.
bet in the park, like, I'm guessing today it won't work, but I'm guessing when you're in the park and
Okay.
people, things change,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
guessing it'll work. So,
I'm gonna try.
if
Julie,
not, then your birthday plan is 100% foolproof.
I think it might work. I think it might
Yeah.
work. I was just leaving on my way here to record the podcast, and I was listening to your episode because it was up. I had
Oh,
already
yay,
listened to part 1, so I was
yay.
listening part 2.
All right, well, then you're gonna hear that hot tip.
I will. I just haven't heard it yet.
Love it. Well, we are excited to have Julie because it's Disney week on the pod.
I got my Disney shirt.
Oh, you do, your Ariel shirt.
Yep.
So today we're talking about, I don't know what we're calling this, but best Walt Disney World things that are gone.
That no longer
Attractions that
exist.
no longer exist. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what we're
Maybe,
talking
like,
about
the
today.
things we wish still existed, maybe
Yes.
that's a better way to
Oh,
phrase it,
I
right?
like that.
Yeah.
Things we wish still existed.
Yeah.
We'll have to discuss too as we talk about our list what they've been replaced with. And,
Oh,
you know,
sure.
Mm,
In
if we
some
prefer
cases.
old or new, perhaps.
Oh, Kelsey has a plan.
I like
I
it.
Okay.
maybe an outline.
Maybe an outline.
Yeah.
Okay. So normally we start with a history, but we don't have a history because we talk about Disney all the time. And even at the beginning of the calendar year this year, we did an episode where we talked about things we were looking forward to in 2025 at Disney. And we did a whole history of things that have closed. So we're not rehashing all of that history.
I
I
also feel
argue
like
that the history will come as we're telling it.
that's
Definitely.
exactly what I was just
Yeah.
gonna say.
Yeah, the history will come.
This episode is kind of a whole history.
Yeah.
So
History of extinct rides at Disney World.
extinct, that could be one too.
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to do that. So we are starting fresh in our new season of score for who guesses each other's number ones
the most.
correctly.
Kelsey won season 1.
Yeah. Kelsey
So here
wins.
we go. Fresh slate.
Well, that means you have to guess first.
Oh, I didn't think about it.
Well, you better pick one.
Okay. Well, okay. I'm going to go with the Great Movie Ride.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm also going to guess the Great Movie Ride for your number one.
We shall see.
Haha. We'll see. Okay.
Julie, I don't know what your number one is.
We don't
I
know
own
you
this
that well.
theory. Yeah.
Well, I
that's
feel
all
like
right.
we're best friends because you talk to me every week. I
That
don't
is true.
actually know your taste.
Well, I think you're going to be surprised by my list. I'll
Ooh,
say
I'm
that.
This
excited.
is why we want
I
you.
think you'll be surprised.
Yeah, we
Yes.
like guests for that reason, right? Because we always like similar things.
We're twins. We have very similar opinions.
That makes
And
sense.
the same like life history.
The same trip. The trips, we go on the same trips because we go together and all the things.
So this will be fun. Okay. Are we
Yay.
ready to start?
I'm ready.
Yes. Let's
Okay.
let Julie go first.
Julie
Julie,
go
what's your number 5?
Okay, my number 5, I picked this because I feel like it's the last real, like, really cool interactive thing that was free at Hollywood Studios. I picked Jedi training, which no longer exists at
Yes.
Hollywood Studios.
I
You
don't
could
think I knew that was not a thing anymore.
It's COVID, took it away and it never came back. And it was
Really?
Yeah, this was, like, one of the first things when I first started doing, like, the blog and the podcast. This was, like, my first, like, hot tip for you guys, like, "Oh, I got the hack," like that kind of thing. And it was, book a breakfast before the park opens because you can get in. They'll let you in a little bit early, right before the park opens. And if you eat at, oh my gosh, Hollywood and Vine over there, you can then sign up for Jedi training because it's right across from the restaurant. And so you sign up, and that way you can sign up before anybody else because it fills up very quickly. And it was a free thing. And your kids, I want to say it was like 12 and under, your kids got trained by a Jedi, and then you got to fight. Well, not you, but your kids got to
Yeah.
fight Darth Vader. And it was free. And they had PhotoPass photographers. I have a framed photo of my son, like, holding the lightsaber with the Jedi
Aw.
robes. It's such a great photo.
That's
And
so
I'm
cool.
so sad that it doesn't exist anymore because I really feel like we don't get anything like that now has a paywall. Don't you
Yeah.
think? Like,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else comparable to that
That
doesn't
is
have a
so
paywall.
cool.
I know.
Yeah.
Wait, so
I never did that.
If COVID closed it, it wasn't open that long, right?
Let's do a Google history here.
I just think, like,
because
Star
COVID was a long
Wars
time ago.
didn't open that much before COVID, maybe a couple years. My guess is 2018.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm looking
But
to
that
see
is
if I
okay.
can find a date as to like when this started.
It's fine. I don't want to make you have
Yeah,
to
I
sit
don't
there and do that.
know. Oh, it looks
But
like
that's cool.
2015, I think, is when it started.
Oh.
So it's so 5
Must have been
years?
before
about?
Galaxy's Edge then.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. That makes more
Yeah.
sense.
Because it's not in Galaxy's Edge, right?
No, it was,
'Cause Hollywood and Vine is not.
it was over by, Star Tours.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that
okay.
makes
So they
sense.
would do it, yeah.
I gotcha.
Cool.
That is really cool.
That's a
Yeah.
great one.
Thank
Julie
you.
likes Star Wars.
I
Yeah,
do,
Julie, you like
lightsabers behind me.
Star Wars.
Oh,
The
I didn't even
overpriced
notice.
build. Yeah, I have another one, it fell off, it was, like, above. I also have a vintage Epcot poster behind me,
Yeah,
and
that's
I have
fun.
one more lightsaber that was above it, and while I was recording, it fell off the wall and crashed and
Is it
scared the crap out
is
of
it
me.
weird that I already knew that story?
No, you listen to the podcast, so no,
Okay,
otherwise,
cool.
maybe, yeah.
Otherwise, yes, that means you're a
Otherwise, you're a
stalker and you,
stalker.
like, watch videos in her house
I'm
or
not a
something.
stalker. I just listen to your podcast.
Yes.
That's cool. Okay, good one. That
I like that.
was a good one.
Yeah, see, this is why we like to have guest hosts because things we wouldn't think of.
Yeah,
All right, Erin, you want to go next?
sure. My number 5 is also from Hollywood Studios, and it is Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie set adventure.
Fun.
Do you remember this, Julie?
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
I do. Very much
yeah.
so.
We have lots of pictures at this.
We do.
Place.
So this was fun. And actually, what I learned was it didn't close until 2016, until they started to build Galaxy's Edge. And I just thought, I definitely don't remember it being around until 2016.
I know we went.
Well, you were an adult, and so you
I
weren't
know.
climbing on ants. Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that because that's also my number 4 is the Honey, I Shrunk
Yay!
the Kids. So,
Okay.
yeah,
You
just
guys.
in a quick
you guys-
Google, like, before, we started recording, I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, wow, that really lasted longer than I realized."
Yeah. I just don't, I mean, to your point, I was very much an adult.
Yeah.
Like
all my
both
children
kids
were born.
Yeah. So that was weird to me, but it was so fun because it was a giant playground and it had big props like the ant, like
'Cause
to your point, the
Because you
ant.
were little.
Yeah, because
you
it
were
was
shrunk.
like you were shrunk. And from the movie, the ant is a big thing. There's like giant Cheerios
Yeah.
and blades of grass, and there was like a
It was a
Lego.
fever dream, that whole thing. That whole area is like, is this for real? Like, you think about it, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Did I really climb on an ant and, like,
Yeah.
a giant thing of Play-Doh and slide
Yeah.
down on blades of
slide.
grass?"
Yes,
Oh
the
my gosh.
blades of grass
It's
for slides.
wild.
Oh my gosh. And they
It's
had like
I
a
was
brilliant.
obsessed
giant
with the movie,
Kodak
though, as a
kitchen.
kid. Did you guys love the movie?
Yes. We actually just talked about these movies on an episode like a couple weeks ago because we talked about movie franchises, our top movie franchises, and we had which
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
we
Wait,
had
I'm
Honey, I
sorry,
Shrunk the Kids.
the whole franchise made it to a list here? That's
Yes, it did because
Oh,
that
my.
one and the Honey, I Blew Up the Kids
I was gonna
and
say,
the
Honey,
what
Blew Up the Kid? Please,
And
Yeah.
Honey,
no.
We Shrunk
and then
Ourselves.
We Shrunk Ourselves.
Our
They're-
kids really like these movies.
What about this? Did you watch the TV series? I'm older
No.
than you, so sadly, I remember it. It was
Well,
something.
you if it came out after the movies, then we would have known it existed.
I don't know.
I don't know. Either
Was
way.
Rick Moranis in it?
No, Rick Moranis was not a part of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it wasn't great. I think I'm being nice.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny. Well, anyway, that was my number 5 because it was fun.
That is fun.
It was fun. And I made my 8-year-old watch a video of it. Someone had posted a video on YouTube of them going through and I was like, look how much fun. Anyway.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
Okay.
I had that on my honorable mentions.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. My number 5 is from Epcot, the Fountain of Nations.
What the heck
Wow.
is that?
The giant fountain.
The fountain
Yes.
is your number 5.
Yes.
That was what, 2018 that
2019. Good
Wow,
job, Julie.
Julie, you're
Yeah.
gonna win the game for
Yeah.
sure. At
Okay.
the end.
So the Fountain of Nations was from 1982 to 2019. And this was just like I mean, it wasn't the icon of Epcot because the mall is the icon of Epcot, but I just thought it was so grand and wonderful. And like every trip we have from the first, childhood all the way until 2019, which is really like just before COVID, you stood in front of the fountain and it was like very cool.
Is it bad that I don't remember the fountain?
It's very bad. that you
Behind the
don't
ball?
remember.
Was it behind the ball?
Yes.
Okay, I kind of
Have
remember.
you ridden? I know they just updated it, but if
Soarin'.
you've ridden Soarin', I mean, you saw it, and
Yeah.
like well after it closed. It's only
But
recently that
now they have
updated.
Communicore Hall in Soren, so
Yeah, yeah.
But-
and Moana.
and Moana.
And
Is that what
Moana.
you said? Okay.
Okay,
I'll have to
sorry.
go
Yes,
look.
I do
Anyway.
remember it mostly from Soren, though.
That's weird.
Sorry.
Okay, so I have some facts about the Fountain of
Okay,
Nations.
great.
So it held 149,000 gallons of water.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot. It was an opening day feature at Epcot, and it was filled with water from 29 countries.
Oh, that's cool.
That's super cool. And I'm just sad.
Okay,
Like
can we talk about that for a second? Because maybe it started with that, but surely they're like, I don't know,
recycling the water.
cleaning it or
Okay, at one point it had
Okay,
water from
I love it.
29 countries.
Okay,
Are you going to go through the water cycle with us now?
I don't know the
industry.
water cycle, so I'm not going
Oh.
to. But I read that it went away. It had to do with like the pipe system. It was like an old pipe system.
Is that why that fountain went away?
I
Because of the pipe
mean,
system?
It's because of the water from some country in Europe made it messed up the pipes.
yes, I don't know. I don't know, but I'm just sad because I just thought it was so big and so neat. And like I said, we just have like decades of pictures in front of it. And now they replaced it with the gardens and they're so like, wah, wah.
Oh, you don't like the gardens?
They're fine. They're not grand like the Fountain of Nations was.
It's the gardens I think are beautiful, and I think in the evening when it's all lit up, it looks really nice. There's seating, there's
Does it look as
characters
nice
over there. It's not
the
like
fountain
my
lit up?
issue with the fountain is it always felt like I was just on the surface of the sun walking through that area. Like it was just open and horrible. And now it just I feel like there's more shade. I don't know, there's greenery. It's
Well,
not just
maybe-
concrete and sun.
Maybe they had to get rid of it because it took up a lot of space that could be used for walking or
I mean, you
seating.
did have to go around it, I guess. But also,
And the pipes.
does anybody remember the episode of Boy Meets World when they go to Disney World and
Yes.
Topanga and Corey make up and they kiss in front of the fountain?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Julie.
I feel like
I thought you
I'm
might.
just
Yeah,
not-
it's better than the Sabrina the Teenage Witch where they had her in Animal Kingdom the whole time. She didn't even go to like Magic Kingdom or Epcot. I was like,
That's
poor
weird.
Sabrina really got
guys, all I remember is Full
Full House. Yeah.
well,
When
obviously.
they pull the sword out of the thing and she gets to be the princess for the day.
She does. And she gets to be in the parade.
It's not
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Stephanie was next in line.
Yeah,
Okay,
not
it's
fair
not
at
fair.
all. That's
That's
right.
because she's the middle kid. Poor Stephanie.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't remember either of those other show episodes, but I will take your words for it.
I don't think that the Fountain of Nations is on you guys' list. So,
Not
It
on
is
mine.
not. No, it is not.
Nor,
well, good. I'm
nor
glad I
on
had it.
my-
It needed to be represented.
Clearly.
All right. Well,
Okay.
Julie, you said number 4 was the playground. Did you have anything
Yes.
to add about it?
Just that it was wild, man. I mean, my memories of it anyway. I don't know.
It was a wild
That's-
time.
There are several things that, like, when I was trying to think of this list, I'm like, was that real or did I dream? Like, did that
Okay.
And that
Yes.
playground is one, and like I've known that that's a thing because this was a Google search I did a long time ago
Sure.
when I was like, was that real? But there were a few things on my list that I'm like, am I remembering this correctly? And this was one
I
of
do
them.
that sometimes too.
I have one of those for later. And then when I was Googling it, it told me that at one point it was this. And I was like, yes, that! I remember that. So it made me feel good.
I also have one of those moments
Maybe it's the
with my
same.
list.
Ooh.
Maybe Julie and
What
I
if
are
you
twins
guys-
instead.
Julie,
Ah.
you guys are twins instead. That's fine.
Oh, no, it's
I don't know.
Okay.
all right. Then I'll do my number 4. My number 4 is also at Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
I think all of my Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood
Whoa.
Studios had a
Well,
lot of
Hollywood-
good stuff.
They are all.
They also have changed a lot.
All of
Yeah.
mine are at Hollywood Studios. I just realized that. Okay.
Wow.
It is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Play It.
Okay.
Nobody is excited about that one? Okay.
No.
Not so.
No.
Oh
Not
my God,
really.
I thought it was so fun. Okay, so it only ran from 2001 to 2006, which I think is interesting. But I also read, and I'll tell you about it in a second, but it got replaced by Toy Story Mania. That's what the Google said.
Okay.
I
That's what
thought it
Google
was
said.
I thought it was where the Frozen sing-along is, but it says that it was Toy Story Mania.
Okay.
So
Oh,
that's
I don't
interesting.
know.
I
Trying
do
to
kind of
figure out how
remember
that
it
park
being.
used to be is very difficult.
Also,
Okay,
didn't
because
Toy Story Mania move or
the
like
entrance changed.
Yeah, the entrance. The entrance used to be at like the Pixar place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and then they had the big potato head and stuff.
Yeah.
I get so confused now when I walk through Hollywood Studios trying to remember where things were because it has evolved so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Play It was fun. Essentially, you played the game. Every seat had a little thing that you could play along with, but only the 10 contestant row seats were like eligible to actually potentially play the game.
Oh.
And so you had to kind of like do special things to get in those seats. So they were chosen by either random selection or they would like quiz people in the line and let you go to be a real contestant, or fast pass people. Like if you used it to get a fast pass, it would sometimes get you a real seat. Or if you just like, I don't know,
Sat in the right
flirted
seat?
with the guy.
Flirted.
I don't know. If you like,
You know
"But
this
I
from
really wanna
experience?
play."
If you had a birthday button,
There
If
you
you
go.
had but yeah, anyway, I thought it was fun. We played a couple times. You won silly, ridiculous things like a lanyard or a baseball hat or a shirt. Or if you got like the high, you won a leather jacket.
oh, like a Who Wants to
Yeah.
Be a Millionaire? Play It
Yeah.
Pro
Yeah.
champion.
Yeah.
I want to see someone who has that jacket.
Try eBay. Maybe someone's selling
I was
that
just
today.
going to say, I'm looking at eBay now to see if I can
Yeah.
find that millionaire jacket.
Tell us
Yeah.
how much it costs. How much those are going for these days.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all.
I-
We played one time in the audience, and we've told this story on the pod before, but our sister-in-law Jennifer was like the next name, because like showed the name up there, and she was like next to go play, and then it ran out of time or something, and I was like, I wouldn't really want to play. It would be terrifying.
No, I would feel very dumb.
Me too. Anyway, that's my number 4.
Okay, not on my list.
Okay.
All right, my number 4 is not at Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
It is from Magic Kingdom. It is Wishes. Wishes.
Whoa, you just went way off of my brain. I didn't even think about that.
Fireworks.
Okay.
We love the fireworks at Disney World. And Julie, since we have been on your podcast many times, you may recall that we have dubbed the fireworks at Disney World
fireworks?
the Cryerworks. You knew.
I remember, yes.
Julie knows us too, you guys.
Because I love that. Because I am not I'm not a fireworks person. I don't dislike the fireworks. I just don't have strong opinions about fireworks. So when I meet people who do have such strong feelings that they start crying, that's in my mind. I remember that. I'm like, huh, like, is something broken within me or is she strange? I don't know. I
No, I
don't
think it's
know.
an
I really
us
don't
thing.
know.
It's us. It's just the music for me. I don't know.
Yes.
And the princesses and whatever.
Okay.
Anyway.
So Wishes was the fireworks spectacular at Magic Kingdom from 2003 to 2017. So it had a nice long run. But it replaced Fantasy in the Sky, which was the fireworks show since 1971.
Oh,
So that's a really long time.
that's a lot.
I
And
didn't
then
realize
Wishes
that.
came about. You what?
I didn't realize that it was such a long run before Wishes.
That's what Google told me. I mean, I'm not.
We believe you. We
Yeah.
believe you.
That's a really long time. So anyway, loved this show. It was narrated by Jiminy Cricket, and he has just like this great voice.
Aw.
And if you remember the
song.
was so good because it was by like little children singing it.
Yeah,
All
that's
your
weird.
wishes.
We sing
Yeah,
a
I
lot.
don't know. I don't know.
She's like, not doing it for me.
It did it for me. It did it for me for sure.
I really think that people at least who listen to my podcast think I'm the weird one here. If that makes you feel any better, I think you guys are the normal ones here.
I don't know.
Are you, wait, what year did you say it ended?
2017.
Oh, okay. So we were adults.
Yes,
Okay.
we were.
I was going to say, were you crying as like a teenager? Because that would be weird.
I don't think so.
Okay, great.
And I honestly don't know if I cried during Wishes. I just know I cried during Happily Ever After.
Okay, great.
But it was replaced by Happily Ever After, which then had a different one, Enchantment, right?
Yeah,
Maybe. And now it's back to Happily Ever After, which
Yeah.
I also very much enjoy. But I did learn that it costs $40,000 per show to run Wishes
Wow.
every night.
Someone told me, I don't know who, maybe just, I don't remember, but that popcorn sales pay for the fireworks every day.
I heard that too.
I
They
would
sell it.
believe it. I don't know if it's true, but I believe it.
I eat a lot of popcorn when I'm there, but I pay $250 for a refill. So
You're not paying for fireworks.
I'm not paying $40,000. But
I
anyway,
hope not.
Wishes is good.
All your
Your
wishes.
wishes.
I wish they would bring it back for me for a minute.
Maybe you can find the song on YouTube.
Oh,
or
you can
something.
definitely find the song.
Well, there you go.
But I thought, one other thing about it. Tinkerbell flew. She still flies, but at Happily Ever After, she flies at the end. And in Wishes, she flew at the beginning. So it was like
Starting it.
So you had that like
Kickoff.
moment
Yeah,
at the beginning.
yeah.
And I like that. I mean, I like it at the end too, but
now it says you all have the courage to fly, and then she flies, and it's great.
so good.
Okay.
Are you guys going to cry now? We're not even
Maybe.
watching fireworks.
Maybe. I have some tissues right here. It's okay.
Oh
It's
my
fine.
goodness. What did I sign up
we're
for?
fine. That was my 4. You're up, Julie. Number 3.
Oh, okay. Number 3. Osborne Family Lights at Hollywood
Wow.
Studios, because Hollywood Studios, they had all sorts of gems.
They did.
I don't know what this is.
What?
I saw it in my Google search. Tell us
Teach
about
me.
Wow. Wow. Oh, it was so back when they had like the back lot and like the streets of New York and all of that, they would decorate insane number. Like just do a quick Google search and look at the images. It is solid lights. So the Osborne family, I don't know the exact history, but it was a personal collection that this businessman bought for his daughter, and he had this property and they were displaying all these lights, and I could be remembering this wrong, but I want to say there were legal issues, like people were complaining or something happened. And so the daughter was like, "Can we donate the lights?" And they gave them to Walt Disney World.
Cool.
And so
cool.
every year, Disney would decorate the streets of New York with these just insane, solid Christmas lights.
Cool.
And
That's
there is
amazing.
nothing like it now for I mean, they do the holidays an
Yeah.
amazing justice. They do a great job. But
sure.
there's nothing like the Osborne family lights at Disney anymore. And then Disney, when they got rid of that area, they donated the lights, I believe, to Give Kids the World, which is a charity in Orlando. So
Yeah,
I'm pretty
for
sure
sure.
they have them now in like the housing that the kids stay
That's
in
cool.
when they're there. I'm pretty sure they decorate those with those particular Christmas lights. But if you're not familiar, I'm shocked you guys aren't familiar. Just do like a quick Google and like look at a video or photos, and it's amazing.
That's
Okay,
so cool.
I saw it when I was researching, but I didn't know what it was, and I thought it was like Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh,
No,
this is super cool.
no,
I
no.
looked at
Wrong
pictures.
Osborne family.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
that's
know.
so neat. That's so sad that it's
I'm
gone.
not 100% on I think the vague history I have correct, but it was like a businessman or something who bought them for his daughter.
That's so cute. I
Yeah.
love that.
Me too.
I
I
am
wish I
kind
had
of
seen
sad that they got rid of all that like Hollywood kind of area. It was really cool.
That was
Yeah,
really neat.
that's, Hollywood Studios or MGM Studios was I
Yeah.
mean, it just was a completely different park.
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
Totally.
it's so different.
Yeah.
I miss all of that stuff too, like the
Yeah.
lot stuff, the tour, all of that.
Yeah,
The
for sure.
Earful Tower?
The Earful
Yes.
Tower.
Oh,
Oh,
so good.
I know.
I think we went one Christmas when we were in like elementary school, but other than that, we didn't
Go
really
at
go.
Christmas,
Like I've
yeah.
only been since then, maybe once. At Christmas time, which makes me sad. I am going this November, so I'll get to see.
This is the year, annual pass year.
I'll get to see it again.
There you go. All right.
But that's probably when I didn't see it. I didn't know because we never really went.
Yeah,
Well,
Christmas
find
time.
yourself a good like YouTube video or something.
Yeah.
So you can see it's quite impressive.
For sure. I will definitely look.
That's a good one. Okay.
Yay. All right, Erin.
I lied because this next one is at Epcot.
Oh, good.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Mine have all been Hollywood Studios so far, so
Okay, great.
Yeah, don't feel bad about it.
I mean, I just don't know why I said they were all at Hollywood Studios, but it's fine. Okay, so my number 3 at Epcot is Honey, I Shrunk the Audience.
Me too.
You too?
My number 3.
Okay, yay.
I love this show.
Okay, it's so good. And
It's a 4D show for those of you who don't know.
So this is funny because I remember it, but then I was like, I don't know. So I Wikipedia'd it, and it gives you like the whole synopsis of the whole show. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I kind of remember. So then I had my 8-year-old also watch that on YouTube, and someone like recorded it in the theater. And I was like, oh yeah, I definitely
remember it vividly.
Well, and this is funny too, because we'll get into it a little bit, but I vividly remember the waiting room, the Kodak sponsored waiting room where they played True Colors.
True.
But in my memory, it's not Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. It's Muppet 3D.
Wait, why did they play True Colors for Honey, I Shrunk the Audience?
It was
Because
Kodak. It was like a Kodak.
It was a Kodak commercial.
And it was like camera colors.
Like how good they could take pictures.
Okay.
How well.
I mean, I guess. I feel like there are other songs that would work better. I mean, I love Cyndi Lauper. I love Cyndi Lauper, but I don't know.
And
I
then they replaced
that song.
Yeah.
Then they replaced the True Colors Kodak commercial with this commercial about a kid who lost his dog and put up, oh my gosh, put up these like signs like missing dog pole here. And
I remember none of this.
You don't remember?
So
Do you remember the show?
Yeah, but I don't. Okay. I clearly like slept through the waiting.
It was
area,
it was like a floor that was like angled, and you just sat on the floor while you waited for the next show.
Yeah,
and you watched Kodak commercials.
Similar to
Canada,
Muppet
far
3D, which is why in my head it's
Muppet
3D. But anyway, so Honey, I Shrunk the Audience was cool because it was 4D, but you sat in these seats and like the whole thing would move and shake. Yeah. And that's cool.
And we've established the love of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
I know, but it was fun. I don't know. It was cool. It was open November 21st, 1994, which was only 5 months after Captain EO closed, which it replaced Captain EO, which I thought was interesting. And it went all the way through 2010 again.
I know.
We were adults in 2010.
I know. I remember so my husband Greg had never been to Disney until he came with me in college. And so it had to have been like 2006 or something like that. And he's definitely seen it. So yeah,
It's just weird to me.
it's a really long time. And did you read why it
Yes,
left?
I did. You want to say?
They brought Captain EO back after Michael Jackson died.
That
And
I
don't remember
remember.
Captain EO.
I don't remember that either.
See, I'm older than you guys. Sadly,
don't
it's
think you-
showing.
Not
So,
much.
yeah.
Not much. I don't know.
I remember Captain EO, and I remember Captain EO coming back. And I've actually thought about that, like, and again, in like coming up with my list, I'm like, it got me thinking maybe they'll bring Captain EO back again someday. I don't know. That would be cool.
I don't know.
Is it?
Michael Jackson's a little
Sketchy?
Problematic. Yeah, well,
problematic.
yeah.
Is it where
It's Pixar.
Pixar Film Festival is? Is
Yes.
that what it was? I've never done Pixar Film Festival.
I haven't either. Julie, have you?
I've scanned in and then left.
Same.
But,
Same.
Yeah, no, I have not sat through that one.
Yeah, that's definitely our plan all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they said it was gonna go back, but then it never went back.
Yeah.
Disney
And
always going back on their word. Unreal.
Man.
Can't believe
did
it.
you know what I read? I read that they were going to do a reboot of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids
Oh.
with Josh Gad, and Josh Gad was like behind it and doing all this stuff for it. But then the last like update about it was in 2023, and he said there were major setbacks.
Bummer.
I don't know. I think we've had enough reboots that haven't
that's
worked that I'm very skeptical, especially when it's something that I enjoy so much from my childhood. When they try and redo it, I'm always so skeptical about it.
Agreed.
And no one else can be Wayne Zielinski.
No.
Yeah, and he's retired. He's not coming back.
I know.
So
He's not coming back.
yeah, no, he's done. So there's no cameos, I don't think. Like it's
I think we're
over.
done.
Yeah.
Leave it as it is, but I would love for them to bring back the
I mean,
Honey,
I
I
love
Shrunk the
Josh Gad though. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
Do love, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely love Josh Gad.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Or do you want to talk about it? It was a
No,
show that they pretended like you got shrunk.
They shrunk the audience.
and it was fun.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
Ah,
Okay.
I wanted it to be higher on my list, but then my top two were better.
I know what your top two are.
I know what yours are too.
Yay!
Okay, Julie.
Okay, Julie, your turn.
Is it my number 2 now? All right.
Yes.
My number 2, again, Hollywood Studios. So
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2 of mine are all Hollywood Studios.
Right.
The Backlot Tour.
Yay, that's my number 2 too.
Yay! And
Choo-choo.
so for me specifically, my greatest memory of the Backlot Tour, and I know for a fact that you guys will appreciate this. Were you fans, I don't know why I'm even asking, of the all new Mickey Mouse Club with we know who was
With Justin
cast member?
Timberlake
Justin
and
Timberlake
JC
was the
Chazelle.
cast member. I was obsessed with that show when I was a kid. I was like the only kid in my neighborhood who had, at the time, like Disney was a premium channel. It wasn't even cable. It was a premium channel. And we had Disney. And so like that was the show. I was obsessed with it. I loved it. And on the Backlot Tour, I got to see the set, and you're up. And this is something that I like we have discussed was like, did I dream this? And had to go down like a Google rabbit hole. I was like, I remember seeing them dancing. We were like in this room and there was glass and I could see down onto the set and people were dancing. And now looking back, I'm like, I wonder, like, was it, the cast that I know? Was it just like extras or random dancers? I have no idea. But I was like, oh my God, the new Mickey Mouse Club. Yeah, like we went when MGM Studios was like a new thing. And so this was a part of the tour. I don't know how long that was a part of the tour. But
That is
getting
amazing.
to see that was like the highlight of my existence for quite some time.
Did you know that we do what we call 6 degrees of NSYNC every episode? We have to tie in sync to every episode.
I think
And
I
you
helped.
just
I
had
made it
your own.
real
You
easy.
did it.
Real
You
easy
did
for
it.
you.
You did our 6 degrees of NSYNC.
That's impressive. You didn't
Yay.
even prep for that, and you did it. So thank you.
Yeah. So I mean, there's so much more to the tour, and over the years, it just kept getting pared down. Where it used to be like a walking tour, and there was so much more. And then you get on the tram and you would see all sorts of stuff. And it was like a ride and a sightseeing thing all in one. And then they kept slowly whittling it down until it was non-existent, which kind of breaks my heart. Like I absolutely loved that about Hollywood Studios or MGM Studios at the time was the tour aspect.
I read that it was originally a 2-hour thing. Like it started at 2
Yeah.
hours and it
Well,
ended
that
at
was
35.
so that was the attraction. Like
Yeah.
when the first time I went, God, it had to be maybe like 1990, like the first time we went. Um, at the park opened, I think 89. So we went
Yeah.
probably like 90 or 91. But yeah, like that was the thing that you did. There really weren't rides at the time, or
Yep.
maybe like one or two. But
That's
it was
fascinating.
yeah, it was like shows and the tour was the main event. So you would go and walk around and you could see like the animation studio was another, I think that was separate of the tour as well. But like that was another thing, but it was like a walkthrough thing and actual Disney animators. This isn't part of the backlot tour, but you know, it's just another cool, like kind of similar aspect to the park was you could see people actually animating cartoons that are going to be on the Disney Channel. And that's like so sad that that stuff's not there. They moved
That
all
is
of
so
them to
sad.
neat.
California, the animators, but for a while, those poor animators though, like people coming and like watching them while they're at work, but like so cool for
I
me,
feel
not
like
them.
it used to have, wasn't there like a costume room back there
Yeah.
too, and you're watching them
On the
selling
backlot tour.
Oh,
costumes and stuff?
probably. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
for sure.
had you could ride the bee from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I don't know, do you guys remember that? Did you ever do
No, but
that?
that's funny.
No,
They
but
had
that's
so, like,
cool.
not everybody got to do it, I don't think.
Yeah.
Again, I could be remembering this. I know the bee was there, but they had this whole thing where they would, like, film a kid on the bee, and so, like, everybody else could watch it on the screen. I'm pretty sure that's how it worked.
That's really cool.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
this was, like, a lifetime ago, but
Yeah.
yeah, it just so cool, and
That
I'm
is cool.
so sad it's not there anymore.
I also love the backlot tour. I
And
loved
now
Catastrophe Canyon, where
yes,
they
yeah.
had all the fire and the water and it's so cool. And it was just neat that they tried to like show you how it was done, you know? And we have talked in a previous episode about how we got to be in the pre-show when they did the Pearl Harbor stuff and pretend we were mopping up the boat and all of that stuff. But that was such like a fun start to it. And it was so neat to go through the prop room and you see all these real props from the movies that you loved.
Yeah.
And then you ended in another one and saw the costumes and they would change them out and stuff. It was just so neat. I
Yeah,
loved
it's
that.
amazing.
And the driver would like be a tour guide, like an actual tour guide until 2009 and then they pre-recorded it, but not for very long because, you know, then it left in 2015, but I
Yeah,
loved
and
it.
now that's all it's Toy Story, it's Galaxy's Edge, it's all of that stuff is just no
Yeah.
more.
Which is
Oh,
great. I love both Toy Story Land and
yeah,
Galaxy's
I
Edge.
do too, I do too. I just, I want it all. I want it all.
And we both love Holly Studios. It's both of our favorite parks. It's like,
Yeah, mine
can't you just
too.
if it had been beyond, like if they had moved those things beyond that and we could
Yeah.
have had everything still.
And then it
Yeah.
wouldn't be an hour for every line. Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
nice?
That would be
Well, because people
nice.
would be on their 2-hour tram tour,
Yeah,
and so
exactly.
free up
Exactly.
the lines.
That
Yeah,
would be nice.
the whole concept was like how movies are made, and that
Yeah.
is not I love that Indiana Jones, the stunt spectacular, is still at Hollywood Studios, and I really hope that it stays because that to me symbolizes the last part of
Yeah.
MGM Studios, and because that's the last, this is how we make
Right.
movies, and that has not changed since I was a kid. That show when I go to now, I crack up. The only thing that's changed is when they do that whole big fight scene at the end. When I was a kid, those planes that come out that, like, explode actually had, like, swastikas on them, and now they've taken all of that off.
I
That is the
feel like
only
I remember
thing
that
that is
too.
different. Other than that, the whole thing is the same.
That's so
Yeah.
funny. I have not been to that show,
Since college, probably.
yeah,
Same.
in a long time.
Yeah, well,
Um,
because now like, I won't, like, spoil it in case somebody has it, but, like, you already know the
yeah.
spoiler that's gonna happen, and so
Yeah.
So here's a
it's not
cute
quite the same.
anecdote. One time we were going to Disney. This was probably, what year is it? 2025. 2023, I think. And we like to watch movies and stuff in preparation for our trip to show the kids like ones they haven't seen in a while or whatever. We're not watching the same ones all the time. And I was like, oh my gosh, Indiana Jones. I've never seen Indiana Jones. There's a show
What?
about it. Yeah.
What?
Hold on. I know. I was like, this movie, we should watch this movie to prepare us for the
One
show.
movie? There are multiple movies.
I know. Raiders of the Lost Ark. And so I looked and I was like, it's PG, you guys. Let's watch it. So I started it with my children who were 6 and 8 and whatever. And really fast. It's very intense and scary.
Oh, wow. I
And
was definitely watching those movies at like 8.
well,
So,
you got to know your kids, right?
yeah.
I look over and my middle child is crying. And I was like, oh my gosh, I will stop this right now. I had no idea. So then we looked it up later, and that movie is the reason they came out with PG-13.
Oh.
And so I felt really bad. And then, we got over it. And then we went to Disney, and I was like, let's go to the Indiana Jones show. It's so cool. And he was like, absolutely not. And I was like, oh, it's not going to be like that. It's really cool.
Aw.
So anyway, we haven't
Well,
gone.
maybe by the time the Indiana Jones ride comes to Animal Kingdom, they'll be
Yes.
ready, hopefully.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I was thinking I don't think they'll get rid of it because there will be new interest.
I hope
the movie
so.
and the
I
show.
really hope so. I love the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland, and
Mm.
that's another one I have, like, very vivid memories of the queue, like you were talking about the queue for, what was the show? The Honey, I Shrunk the
Honey, I
Kids
Shrunk
show?
the Audience.
I have vivid memories of the queue for Indiana Jones and, like, because, I was standing in, like, a 2-hour line, and they played the same video over and
Oh,
over and over
God,
again.
yes.
It's Karen Allen, and I can't think of the other actor's name, from the movies, just over and over and over again talking about how, Indiana's disappeared, and we have to do this and that, and here's the quest he was on, and just such vivid I'm like, I hope that they bring that whole
Yeah.
queue to Animal Kingdom and that it's the same thing.
That's funny.
We have not been
No.
on
No?
Indiana Jones at
Oh,
Disneyland.
it's so good. It's so
I
good.
mean, that's what we hear,
I'm
but
excited.
I love
Yeah.
Dinosaur.
Aaron
I'm
loves
very
Dinosaur.
sad.
Oh, it's better. It's better than so if you liked Dinosaur, you'll love Indiana Jones.
Okay.
So,
I'll take
I
that.
hope
To
that
trust
helps.
I'll trust you. I'm just sad.
I
It's
know.
okay. It's fine.
Well, it was obviously not Erin's number 2 because she
No.
would have said it. So that's her number 1.
That's my number 1.
Boo. That means you're winning. Oh, what just happened to my computer?
I don't know, but I still see you.
It's fine.
Okay, wait. Then I have to do my number 2.
Oh, yeah. Which is the great
Or
movie
do you want
ride.
me to keep talking about number 1? You're no okay. Only thing I'll add about Studio Backlog Tour, which is my number 1, was I have this vivid memory of like driving on the tram or whatever, like down the streets of New York.
Yeah.
And as I was researching, I was like, didn't it used to go down streets and it was like, this is how sets and this is that thing, like the Brady Bunch and the whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, and then and then it told me.
Oh.
Google told me. I just couldn't remember. I was like, I swear that was, but I know, as you were saying, like it got shorter and shorter and shorter over the years. So at the end, that was not part of it. It was just
the was it the Golden Girls?
Golden Girls. Maybe it's the
It was
Golden Girls.
It wasn't Brady Bunch, it was Golden Girls.
Yeah.
That house.
Yeah, and that's when they had the Eiffel Tower and the costumes and stuff.
And the
but towards
plane,
the
they had Walt's plane back there. Oh, I
Yes.
just forgot that was back there too.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
And the Love Bug.
Yeah. Herbie.
Herbie.
Yeah, Love Bug Herbie.
And there was a line like halfway through the ride when you went through these like shelves of movie props. Remember?
Yeah. That's after Pearl Harbor.
That's after Pearl Harbor. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the only thing I was like, I remember these streets, going down the streets, and then that was real. Anyway, okay.
Love
Real.
So
You
yeah,
didn't
that was
bring
my
that.
yeah. It's a good one. That was my number 1. Okay, so my number 2 is the Great Movie Ride. Is that your number 1?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Well,
but it's not Julie's because she said hers is not at Hollywood Studios.
okay. Did she say
Right? Didn't you say that? Oh, you said it
I
is at
didn't.
Hollywood Studios.
No, I didn't say.
Oh.
I said the first 4 I mentioned were Hollywood Studios. I did not say where my number 1 was.
Oh.
Still a mystery.
Okay. Well, now we're like all
It's
out
a
of order
mystery.
because
Mystery.
I just haven't done my number 2 yet. Anyway, it's fine. My number 2 is the Great Movie Ride, which was replaced by Minnie and Mickey's Runaway Railway in 2017 or maybe 18, but Great Movie Ride closed in 2017. And I read it was the Hollywood Studios' last opening day attraction to permanently close, and that's so
Yeah,
sad.
so sad.
And it was so good with all the movie sets, and there were live actors that would come out throughout. And even though, and to your point about watching the same video over again, in that windy room, and you watched Gone with the Wind and
Not Singing in the Rain.
yeah, Singing in the Rain was in there too.
Oh.
All the old like Western movies
Yes.
and stuff on that big old screen that would just play over and over and over again.
And then at the end, when you go into the thing and Robin Williams,
Yeah.
Good Morning Vietnam.
Yeah.
So good.
Anyway, I really like that ride. Let's see. I don't know. That's all. I did read that it was supposed to be originally in Future World at Epcot. Did you read that?
I did read that.
So that was interesting. However, because
that's how like the idea for the park
Yes.
came.
yeah,
Wasn't
so
it?
then there was a new park that was going to be devoted to motion pictures, so they moved it over there. But my favorite
Eisner,
part
as
of it,
much crap as people give Eisner, he did do a lot of amazing stuff.
Yeah.
I
during
kept
his
reading
reign.
like Eisner.
Yeah, he did so much.
yeah, that's good. And I liked Singing in the Rain at the beginning. I loved the Wizard of Oz part with all the munchkins and then the real people that would come out. Weren't there real people in that one?
There were real people in the Western, right? Because
Yeah.
the guy came.
Yeah. There's like a shootout. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time I rode that when I was a kid, because like I said, we went it was like 1990 probably. So I was young. I was probably like 7 maybe. Like during the shootout, something sets on fire, as I recall. Like,
Yeah.
like one of the buildings lights on fire. And I was like, is that real fire? Like I couldn't wrap my head around the fact that like that was real fire. And to this day, my family still goes, is that real fire to me? Yes, it's real fire. Like if somebody's like lighting a grill, Julie, is that real fire? Yes.
I love that.
Yeah. So that's my
funny.
great movie ride memory.
That is
That
amazing.
in
That's awesome.
particular.
That's awesome.
Casablanca. I always think of Casablanca
yeah.
from the Great Movie Ride.
I love old movies. So it's
Yeah.
that one's
I
that
do
one
love
was a gem.
Casablanca. It's so good.
Yeah.
There were lots of good movies in there.
Yeah.
There were. Okay, so that was my number 2, and that was your number 1.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything?
I will add that. This I found out. I thought this was pretty cool. So when Muppet Vision 3D was what came to MGM, they were supposed to have like a whole area of Muppets. It wasn't just supposed to be that. It was supposed to be called Muppet Studios, and it was supposed to be like a whole Muppet themed land.
And then
They were. You love Muppets.
I know you do.
Well, we lost Jim Henson. That's why they didn't
That's
do
right.
it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what I read. This
sad.
like deal fell apart, but they were supposed to have a ride called the Great Muppet Movie Ride, and it was supposed to be like a parody ride on the Great Movie Ride.
Whoa.
I heard that. I didn't know if that was true or not. That's really interesting.
I don't know if
yeah, that would have been so cool.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And now we have like one more week and then Muppets 3D is gone.
I won't be there. Last time I went to Disney was at the end of March, and I was like, I got to go to Muppet 3D one last time because I'm not going to be back before it's over. But now I am going to be back, but I'm not going to Hollywood Studios. And Julie, you're going to be very mad at me. I slept through the whole thing. Every time I ride that ride, I sleep. I fall asleep. It's my nap ride. I can't help it. I'm tired.
No, I don't. Nope, I don't. I don't accept those.
My son Tucker loves Muppet 3D, and we're going this weekend for his birthday. It's also our birthday, so it's like a joint birthday thing, but he loves it. And so, we planned this trip before it even was announced that it was going away, or when it was going away, I guess. And he's very excited that he gets to see it one last time.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Okay.
It did get replaced with Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which I absolutely love. So I don't want to choose. I wish I could have both, but I do love Mickey and Minnie's.
Yeah.
It's such a cute ride.
Yeah. And I read that there are 3 references in Mickey and Minnie's to the Great Movie Ride.
Oh, there are
There's a
3?
poster in the carnival scene between Horace's popcorn stand and Donald's hot dog stand.
Is that with
that
like
says-
the pyramid of women? Is that there's like the pyramid? You know what I'm talking about. I sound ridiculous right now because you're both just staring at me. You
I don't know what you're talking about.
At the
You don't know what
beginning
I'm
of the Great Movie Ride?
the yeah.
Oh, yes. I know what pyramid of women you're talking about.
That sounds so bad. Like the
From the
pyramid.
Great Movie Ride?
Yes.
Yes, I remember the Pyramid of Women.
Yeah, there's a reference to that in Runaway Railway.
There's a poster sign, so that's
Yeah,
probably on
that's
it.
what I was
And it says-
asking, and then you looked at me like I was crazy, and
Sorry.
then I was like, "Oh god."
It took
here
me
I
a
am
minute.
talking about
I got
pyramids
there.
of women like a crazy person.
Yes, it says the Great Moving Ride on it.
Oh,
on the
I
poster.
see.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then there's a mailbox in the tornado scene that says there's no place like home in
Oh.
reference to
Cute.
How does anybody know it says that? Like, how can you see that
Yeah.
it says that? It's
I
going
don't
so fast.
and then apparently there's a sound effect that is used
Oh.
that was like an alley cat that is used before the factory scene that was also in the Great Movie Ride.
Oh, I
So
didn't
there
know
you
that one.
Okay.
Paying
Cool.
tribute to the Great Movie Ride.
I like
Very
it.
nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that was my
Now we
number
went
one.
all kinds of out of
It's
order because
Julie's
we all
turn.
shared some top numbers. So what's your number 1?
My number 1 is not at Hollywood Studios. It's at Magic Kingdom. It's
Oh.
Extra Terrestrial Alien Encounter.
Good choice.
Amazing, amazing ride. I went on this for the first time completely cold. I must have been a teenager maybe or preteen. I don't know how old I was. I had no idea what it was at all. And I got on, and this was seriously the most terrifying thing, but like in the best way, like in a good way. I was like, what is happening right now? You go, like anybody who's not familiar, you're basically in like a theater in the round kind of setup. And they explain it to you like, we have this new technology where we can teleport to alien dimensions or whatever it is. But they accidentally teleport this terrifying creature, and you're locked in these seats in this theater in the round. Then like the lights go off and they go back on, and the thing that he's in is broken and he's gone. And then the lights go out again, and you hear like they have speakers set up so it sounds like he's moving around behind you. You feel stuff like touching your leg. You feel
The
him
shoulders.
breathing. Yeah.
Press down.
Yes.
You are
It's
locked
like
in.
somebody's
Like you
touching.
can't move.
Yeah, you're completely locked in, and you're hearing other people scream in terror around you. And so that alone, like not being able to see anything and hearing people for not like roller coaster scream, you're like, ah, like no, like for real screaming in terror around you.
Yes.
Absolutely terrifying and absolutely amazing. And I am so sad it's gone. And I'm even more sad that they tried to replace it with Stitch's Great Escape. That was a huge disservice to this ride.
That's
So
funny.
that's my spiel.
That's so
I
funny.
feel like it's weird to me that they took away the Stitch one though, because
No one liked it. No one.
but everybody's
soul.
obsessed with Stitch.
Then they did Stitch a disservice as well. Like it just was so bad.
I love how passionate you are about this.
I am. I am.
Can we agree though that it's an odd park to have a terrifying alien ride in?
100% we can agree on that. I understand the hesitation, and I guess I've heard that like people complained. I don't know. I have no idea. Like parents were like, I didn't know and complained, but I don't know. As I recall, there were a lot of warnings that were like, maybe
Surely.
It
you
should have been like
show kids.
PG-13.
Yeah.
as a
I
rating.
agree Magic Kingdom probably wasn't the best choice of like location for this ride, but it was just so good. Like, just move it elsewhere if you can.
Yeah.
And that building now just basically sits empty, and Stitch
roller
kind of
party.
meets in part of it, but
I am interested what it looks like on the inside. Are there still round seats in there?
so I saw this was probably a couple of years ago, but I saw a YouTube video of some jackass who like broke into the area who wasn't supposed to be there. So I'm not at all
Nice.
promoting this, but it was like, it was still the theater, like all the seats were still in there, but they were just using it as like storage space.
Oh
But
yeah.
somebody like broke in and filmed it. So again, look up YouTube videos.
Yeah, I
I'm
wanna
sure
find
you can
this.
find
Do something with it.
yeah, they haven't done anything as far as I know, they have not done anything. And I don't think there's
Listen.
anything planned for that, like Tomorrowland. So
Yeah, I
I
don't think
don't
so
think
either.
they're going to do anything with it anytime soon. I don't know.
Julie, I know that you're not a fan of what is that movie? Meet the Robinsons. You're not a fan of Meet the Robinsons.
I've only seen it once. So I feel like you have to be a certain age to love that movie. And like if you're like in that very specific age group, you're like, this is the greatest movie. And if not, you completely disagree.
Well, we love that movie.
We love it.
So we must be in the age.
You must be in that age range.
But I feel like Tomorrowland is Meet the Robinsons. So they need to put something Meet the Robinsons
Okay, well,
in there.
Tomorrowland's been there since way before Meet the Robinsons.
I know, but
Tomorrowland
like
is more Buzz Lightyear than Meet the Robinsons.
no, I
think.
disagree. It fits right in.
Also,
fits
no
right
one
in.
watched
Astro
that
Orbiter.
movie, so I don't think they should make an attraction about it.
Yeah,
But I
I
love
think
Meet
that's
the
probably the better point.
I think more Meet the Robinsons was made to be a movie about Tomorrowland, sort of. So
There was a movie about Tomorrowland. Did you see?
Yes, I did
Yeah,
not see it.
I haven't seen it, but I knew
I-
that.
We over COVID did family movie night and watched like everything, and that was
Yeah.
one of them. And I remember being like excited about the premise and excited about who was in it, and then we saw it, and I was like, wah wah wah. It wasn't good. Yeah,
Bummer.
That's bad.
unfortunately.
Maybe
That's-
they could take the new one. Elio? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's about aliens.
Well, here you go. Maybe
Like
we'll see.
That's Kelsey's favorite land in all of Walt Disney World. In case you were
Tomorrowland.
wondering.
Tomorrowland. I was wondering, and now I know.
That was a different.
we have a podcast episode. You can go back and listen if you want to
I'm
hear
on
our
it.
top five.
What I'm doing as soon as we hang up.
Perfect, because
Thanks,
it's
Julie.
not 9:40 p.m. on a Thursday.
Hey, it's only 8:40 in Chicago.
True.
Lucky you. Just kidding.
Okay.
Okay, we are done now. But we can
have
talk
honorable
about
mentions.
honorable mentions, and I'm so glad you were here to have different opinions than us. So thank you for having
Definitely.
different opinions than us. Julie.
I'm here for that. Be different, and yeah. Do you want to know my honorable mention? Or
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah? Okay, so
Yes.
mine's kind of a strange one, I think. I think you guys are gonna be like, okay. I Universe of Energy, the original, not Ellen.
Oh, I put Ellen's Energy
Oh,
Adventures.
okay, how funny. Okay, so maybe you won't
I have
be
it on my
fooled
honorable
then.
mentions too.
Really the reason I picked this was because this is another one where I was like, is this a fever dream? I for years thought that I had made this right up, where I was like, you're in like theater style seats and then they move, and then
Yes.
they're and like, because as a little
Dinosaurs,
kid,
right?
yeah,
Yes.
as a little kid, you're like, holy crap. Like I sat down in a theater seat and now it's moving and there are dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And so I really was like, I'm making this up. I really thought that I was making it up. And so that's why, like, I just have such funny memories of that.
Yeah.
And that's why I picked that one.
I don't think I remember it from before it was Ellen's Energy Adventure, but I definitely do remember that.
Well, that's what like kind of makes it fun, is because I don't really remember it. Like it's just
Yeah.
a vague recollection and it's quite bizarre. So yeah.
That's fun.
That is a good one. All right.
What do you have?
I have Primeval Whirl.
What?
Okay.
Whatever.
The
At
bar
Animal Kingdom.
coaster.
I liked this ride.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. And then it just sat there forever, not being used. But there it was, kind of
Taunting you.
like
Yeah.
your alien adventure.
Yeah.
What are we doing? I can look at it, but I can't ride it. The only weird thing about it was that the height was like 48 inches and it was a child's ride. Like, what are we doing? But I liked it.
So, I mean,
Whatever.
I don't want to be a downer, but I think like people were seriously injured or maybe even
I
killed
mean,
on. I don't not at Disney, I
oh,
don't think, but like that's like a cookie cutter type ride that you see at
Yeah.
other parks. And I
Yeah.
want to say like that at other parks has been
okay.
problem
Well,
ride.
then I'm glad it's gone. I'm glad it's gone. But I didn't die and I
Sorry,
liked it.
Debbie Downer. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Thanks for explaining to me why they didn't die.
I don't know if that's why, but it
I
doesn't
mean, it
help.
would be a good reason.
Yeah.
All right, what do you have?
My only other one is it's tough to be a bug.
Oh,
Because that was fun. And I love Zootopia, so I'm super pumped about Zootopia. But it is just kind of sad.
I forgot about that one.
Oh, yeah.
I
I like that.
considered that one for my list as well, but more because I think it's funny, like the number of kids who are like, "Ah!" like
Yeah.
freaking out. Hilarious every time. Like I'm a mom and I know how stressful that can be, but when it's not your kid, it is kind of funny. Oh.
That's
I'm
true.
with you.
I like that.
Well, I have 5 more.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Let's whip them out real quick.
Okay, the Lights Motors action show at Hollywood Studios was pretty cool.
Okay.
I liked the sorcerer's hat, Mickey's giant sorcerer's hat at
Agree.
Hollywood Studios. I missed that. Why? It's like it was the icon, and then it just
I
was
was gonna say
gone.
Hollywood Studios doesn't really have an icon.
No.
Maybe it's
They
Tower
use
of
Tower
Terror,
of
maybe it's
Terror.
Chinese Theater. I don't know. I always thought
Yeah.
it was the water tower,
Yeah, the
maybe the
Earful
sorcerer's.
Tower.
Yeah, they got rid of that. They got rid of the sorcerer's hat. So
I know.
What was the hat on?
It was just like where
It was
right
just
in
in
front
the
of the
middle,
ground
on
of
that
like
the
in the
Chinese
middle.
Theater.
Yeah. Wasn't there like a shop or something?
Yeah.
Right, like
In
in
the
there?
hat?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if it was like a closed-in shop, but it was
Yeah, I think yeah.
shopping.
Okay.
Pins or
I don't know.
whatever. Yeah.
It was cool. Don't make fun of me for this, but Lightning
Never.
McQueen's Racing Academy,
Okay.
I thought it was really neat.
It was cool. I went once.
It was short-lived though.
I
Yeah.
know.
For, like, the amount of technology that probably went into that,
Yeah.
I
was
just
kinda
thought that
surprised.
Lightning McQueen itself, he was so cool.
I think because it was in the back of the park that no one would even know to go there unless
Yeah.
they were riding Rock and Roller Coaster.
Can I say something? I think
Yeah.
it was a mistake to not move Muppets 3D over there and have Muppets like, move the Muppet
The 2
area there.
Muppets.
You have Muppet Rock and Roller Coaster, move Muppet 3D where
Yeah.
the Cars was,
Yes.
and then, like, that makes sense to me, and then you're
Yes.
gonna go over there to do your Muppet stuff, right?
Yeah.
That,
Yes.
I think, would have been a fun move.
Yeah.
I
I
think
don't
that
know,
would
I
be
don't
great.
Disney's not hiring me, so I don't know.
Maybe in the
My
future.
opinion. Yeah.
Fill out a survey.
Right? Yeah, but I'm excited about the new villain show that's going there.
I am too.
But I did think that was cool, and Cars is underrepresented at Disney World, and I understand that it's not going to be anymore at Magic Kingdom. It's gonna be a whole little land, but for now, they're under Cars, and my boys growing up, that was their favorite, like,
Oh,
Disney
yeah.
franchise. Okay, Mickey's Toontown.
Oh, yeah. That was fun.
That's a
Why the
good
heck did they
one.
take it
I do
away?
have those
The circus is
Fever
just
Dream
candy now.
mystery or Fever Dream, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And it's at Disneyland, and people are like, "Oh, it's so cool." I'm like, "Well, it used to be at Disney World too."
That
Whatever.
was cool. That was a good one.
Yeah. Okay, the last one is not really one, but I did it as a 6 degrees of NSYNC because I didn't know Julie was going to bring
That's
them up.
amazing.
'Cause Julie's-
Sorry.
No,
No,
that's
it's a great
good.
thing.
That was amazing.
So
Well,
I put
sorry to ruin your 6 degrees.
no,
What is it?
it's
I'm
not
dying to
ruining
know
it.
now.
We didn't even go to this thing, but Disney Quest was a place.
Disney Quest.
Yeah.
Oh. So Disney Quest, sorry, I know you're like, "We need to wrap
Please,
this up,
'cause we
guys,"
never
and
went
here I
there.
am
I
on
just
another tangent. Disney
Okay.
Quest opened in Chicago. I live outside of Chicago.
Okay.
My dad took me when it first opened. It was like a huge deal in Chicago. It was like a whole big thing, on Michigan Avenue, and my dad took me, and I still have fond memories of doing like it was all like virtual reality, but like virtual reality in the 90s. So,
Yeah.
Sure.
you can picture like how cheesy it was, but like whitewater rafting, like when virtual reality, or you make your own roller coaster. So you like
Yes.
type in on a computer, like, these are the loops I want. This is how fast I want to go. And then you get in a simulator. And yeah, oh my gosh, I have such fond memories. I never did the one at Disney Springs, but the original one, the first one in Chicago, I did when it
That's so
first
cool.
opened. Yeah.
Well, NSYNC had a Disney special, and they went and designed their own roller coaster at Disney Quest. So this was my 6 degrees of NSYNC because
And Chris
That's
screams
is
like a
good.
girl in the background.
I mean, it's hilarious.
Justin
That's
so
decided
good.
it. We could
I
design
designed this roller coaster, and it's 10,000 feet of track on these on these simulators. I'm gonna try to get Chris to go on this ride with me. I don't know.
Wow, that was really good. I don't remember all those words,
Oh, it's pathetic.
but I do remember him screaming like a girl at the top of his lungs during it.
It's something else. We'll try to find it and link it in the
You
show
know,
notes.
so me as your guest, it just occurred to me, I could also be your 6 degrees because my son's name is Silas. Justin Timberlake's son
Yes,
is also named Silas. And
Now,
I'll
that's
have you know, I used the name first. I had it first. My son is
Where
older.
Silas is much
So,
older.
I
It's
love
fine.
that you came up with your own
I
6
got,
degrees
that
of
just
you.
now occurred to me. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a great one.
That's
I'm on
funny.
top of it.
Good one.
Earning
All
my
right.
place here.
You are.
Sure
You
are.
come back whenever you want, Julie.
We do one Disney episode a month.
Yeah.
So
Love it. Love it.
all right. Aaron and I both came up with games. So
What is your game? And I'll tell you what my game is.
okay, so here's what I did for my game. I came up with 5 famous people who were incorporated into extinct Disney attractions.
Ooh.
And I was going to give you the famous person, and I want you to tell us what the Disney attraction
Oh, man.
they were part of. Aaron
Okay.
can guess too. You guys can do it together.
Let's play your game. I'll save my game for a different one.
That's
'cause it
pretty
has nothing-
good. I feel like this is going to be harder than I think. I'm
Yeah.
Okay,
thinking.
so
Like,
some
this
are
is good.
easy and some are hard, but I wanted to give it like a mixture. And I actually have 6 because,
So we can just both guess, Julie. We're a team.
Sounds good.
okay, the first one, I'll go with easy. I know Aaron will get
Michael
this.
Jackson.
Oh.
No.
Okay, so
Yeah.
either the attraction is extinct or the piece of entertainment they were part of is no longer part of the ride.
Mario Lopez.
Mario Lopez. was
Space
my-
Mountain.
Okay. Did you hear that, Julie? Or was she too?
What? Wait, Mario Lopez was part of Space Mountain?
He was in the video that you watched while you were in line.
Oh my God. What was the video? So one of my favorite
was-
parts of Space Mountain is that video right before you get to that final room where all the people are like going back and forth, but they're all going back and forth at different times. Where I'm like, I don't know what's going on in space that like
Yeah.
I'm in the same car as you, and you're being pulled to the left and I'm being pulled to the right. It makes no sense. And
That is
every
so
time
good.
I laugh so hard every single time. But as far as
That's
I know,
amazing.
Mario Lopez is not in that video, so I don't know
He's
what
not in that video. It
what
was
video
not
it is.
in line. It was when you get to the room and they split you up
It was the zigzaggy part.
to get into the
Okay.
actual cart. There used to be a video that played to tell you like to buckle your seatbelt and stuff.
Okay.
And Mario
okay.
Lopez was in it.
Oh wow, I have no memory of that. Okay.
Okay, this one's for you, Julie. Tim Curry.
Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Tim Curry.
I don't think Aaron will know this.
Gosh.
I can give you a hint.
Please do.
It's one of the attractions on your top 5 list.
Oh.
That's why I said it's for you.
Oh, okay. The Backlot Tour?
Nope.
No, what is it?
He was the voice of a robot named Sir, S-I-R, in Alien Encounter.
Oh,
That's fun.
wow. I had no idea.
Me
I know like
neither.
the father from Beetlejuice was in the video, like in the pre-show that I remember. I don't remember Tim Curry. Wow, I missed that one.
Well, it was just
Now
his
you do.
voice. He's
Wow,
great.
yeah, I had no idea. I'm really bad at this game.
No, you're not.
No,
It's fine. You're gonna
Not
be
at
good.
all. I tried to make it hard. Okay. Jamie Lee Curtis. Anybody?
Man, these are tough.
I know. I tried. Okay, here's another one from the
No,
same
that's okay. It's fun. I have no idea.
ride. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Oh,
It's not dinosaur.
Something in Epcot, I'm guessing.
The science guy isn't in dinosaur.
He's in the as you walk through.
Oh. The energy thing?
Yes! Ellen's Energy Adventure, Jamie Lee Curtis
Oh,
and Bill Nye. No.
Okay.
Aaron, I know you know this one, so you have to wait.
Okay.
See if Julie gets it.
Oh, no, I'm not going to. I'm really bad at
Sorry,
this.
Julie.
No pressure. It's
I
fine.
hope I'm not making you feel bad.
No, it's fine. I'm learning here. Things I did not
Elizabeth
know.
Shue.
Elizabeth Shue? What was she in? Oh my gosh. Elizabeth
You'll see why we're
Shue.
laughing in a second.
I don't know. I have
It was
no
at
idea.
Epcot.
It was at
Epcot.
Epcot.
We haven't talked about it yet.
Elizabeth Shue in Epcot. I don't know. I don't know.
It was the thing about the body.
Body Wars.
Oh. Ah.
Do you remember Body Wars?
I do. Oh.
Body Wars was so weird.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Martin Short.
I was going
right?
to say, was it Martin Short?
I think it was Martin Short and Elizabeth Shue.
They apparently there were several people, but we knew talk about how Elizabeth Shue was in Body Wars.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah.
There was a movie we watched as children all the time, which is not a child movie, but we watched it anyway. It was called Soap Dish. And
I love Soap Dish.
Okay, Julie.
And Elizabeth Shue is in Soap Dish.
Yeah.
So we would be excited about
because
her
she
being
was
in Body Wars because
I probably also watched that movie at far too young of an age, but it's a
so
great movie.
Our mom,
it holds up
loved
too.
soap operas.
Oh, it's so fantastic.
Yeah.
Everybody in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Robert Downey Jr. and Sally Field.
And Whoopi
Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah.
Okay.
Go watch that movie, you guys.
Kevin Kline.
Yes.
Everyone.
Oh, it's so good. I want to watch
All right. This one I don't remember. So you guys, this is my last one. I won't do 6. Dana Carvey.
Oh, wow.
I picked him because our family really likes Dana Carvey.
Dana Carvey. And he does a lot of crazy voices. So I feel like it could be anything.
It was also at Epcot.
Oh, Epcot.
Man.
But again, I've never heard of this attraction.
Well, that's cheating.
It's not cheating.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay. There was a thing called Cranium Command. Do you know what Cranium Command
I don't the name's familiar. I don't remember that one. Yeah, I would never have gotten that.
Something where it made you be the vantage point of some kid. I don't know. Anyway. Okay, that was too hard of a game. Aaron, you give us your game.
That's okay. No. If we're 20 years from now, you could do this game and every answer would be Chris Pratt, like every ride.
You are not wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'll do my game. It's not that hard. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a ride.
You're taking
at Walt Disney World. But it's also at another Disney park. So you have to tell me at least one of the other Disney parks that it's in, except you can't say Disneyland.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so one of the international parks.
Yes.
Okay.
Julie, have you ever been to an international one?
I haven't. No. We talk about it a lot, but I'm not willing to spend the money with an 8-year-old and 2 teenagers who the 8-year-old would appreciate it, but I'm not spending the money on that yet. The teenagers wouldn't appreciate it.
Yeah. So, I hate to say this, but when I go to Paris, I want to go to Paris. I don't want to go to Disney World.
Yeah.
And I love Disney World, right?
Yeah. Plan a day at Disney in Paris, and then you do Paris.
Yeah.
Okay. Haunted Mansion.
Isn't it at all of them?
All of them, right? It's not? Well, but they have different names, but they're all variations of Haunted Mansion.
Yes, they have different names, but there's not one at every park.
All right.
Really?
Not in my research. So pick one.
Paris.
Yes.
Ding, ding, ding.
Wait, which one doesn't have a haunted version of Haunted?
Shanghai's not on the list, or Tokyo. I could be wrong, but my list told me Disneyland Paris, Hong Kong, and Disneyland. And obviously Florida.
Oh, I need to look into I wonder if it's different, they don't call them haunted mansions. And I know a couple of them, there's one that has a whole different story.
Maybe.
I don't know.
This article I read said was telling me. Like, it
I'm
was
not
called
saying you're wrong. I'm
now.
just
I could also be wrong. My game isn't that fun. Okay.
yeah, but I'm already doing better than I was the last game, so I like it.
I'm the worst.
Okay.
I went.
No, you're not.
You
I'm
won
not.
this episode.
It was a good game. I was just really
That's a
bad.
good game. Okay. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Ooh.
There's a
If
oh,
Yes,
I
you're
think there's
probably right.
a version of Tokyo.
Yes, there
'Cause I
is a
kn
version of Tokyo.
Yeah, I saw a video of it and it looked wild. I was like,
Yeah.
"There's Tokyo." Yeah, it looked crazy.
That's funny.
Like, crazy in a good way.
Yeah. You wanna guess?
Shanghai.
Yes.
Great.
Shanghai and Tokyo and Paris. And Disneyland.
Could you tell me the options?
Okay, yes. There's Shanghai, Tokyo, Paris, Hong Kong. Those are your 4
Okay.
options.
Okay.
So
Thanks.
that one's at all of them except for Hong Kong.
Okay.
Okay. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Paris.
Yes.
Great job, Julie.
There's
That
one
one I
more
knew.
besides California.
Which one is the one that goes like underground and you end up on an island?
That's Paris.
Oh, I want to go
Is
there.
it?
I think so.
That's cool. How
We
about
sound like real
Tokyo?
experts right now. We're like, "Is it? I don't know."
Yeah.
We're experts
We're
on
not sure.
Walt Disney World,
Florida.
Florida.
Yeah.
Yes. Paris and Tokyo.
We did it, Julie.
Yay! Virtual
Okay.
high five.
I like it.
Space Mountain.
Isn't that at all of them? Is Space Mountain not
It's
at
in
all of
all
them?
of them but one.
Again?
You want to guess which
Yes.
one it's not in?
Which one is it not in? Oh, man.
Tokyo.
No.
Darn.
Hong Kong.
Nope. Shanghai.
Why not?
Sheesh.
I don't know. Okay.
That's another one I thought they all had a version of.
Apparently Shanghai is special because a
They're
lot
doing
of
their own
things
thing.
are
Yeah.
Shanghai. So maybe that's the one to go to for like a different experience. Anyway,
Yeah.
okay. It's a small world.
Aw.
Hmm.
Do you like It's a Small World?
I feel like I'm just gonna guess Paris in all of them. Paris.
Okay. You can guess Paris. That is
Paris.
It's not Shanghai. I'm going somewhere else. Tokyo.
Yes, but this one is all of them.
Oh, trick question.
See, I was gonna say it again. And I'm like, all right, I've said it twice and been wrong.
I think it's at all of them.
That's all mine, except bonus question. What is another ride that is found at all the parks? And when I Googled it, this is the one that came up.
Ooh, another ride that's at all of the parks. The carousel?
That was what I was gonna
That
say,
is
Julie.
not my answer, but it might be the answer.
It
That might be right.
It might be an answer. It wasn't your answer.
I'll
Okay.
take it.
Let's see. What else? What
I'm
else
trying to
is
think
that?
of those like shows I've watched about.
Little Mermaid?
That is
No.
not on my list either. But again, I don't know.
That was just a wild guess. The carousel was a much safer guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
I will
Peter
just
Pan.
No. I'll
Oh.
just tell you though, if you want to know.
yeah,
Okay.
please do.
It's Dumbo.
Oh, duh. Come on.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Dumbo.
Good
Okay.
old Dumbo.
Good old Dumbo.
Classic.
All right. That's all I got. That's all you got.
That's all I got.
I'm
Thanks
bad
for
at
being
games.
our guest, Julie.
Oh,
What
thanks
a
for
fun
having me. Yeah, this was
That
great.
was so fun.
Yay.
It was fun.
I had a great
We
time.
will tell everyone to listen to your podcast.
Well, thank
And
you.
We will link it in the show notes
yes, we will.
as we have in previous episodes.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Someday we will go to Disney together.
Someday trips will overlap and it'll
Yes.
happen and we'll meet up and we'll do a thing.
You're supposed to have one of those trips where all your listeners come. Not all your listeners, but like some of your listeners will come to that.
I've thought about that. I don't know. That seems daunting. That's a lot of
Yeah.
organizing for me. I don't know.
All you have to do,
I don't know.
all you have to do is say, I'm going to be at the parks from July 7th to July 13th. And on the 13th, I'm going to Magic Kingdom. I'll see you at the hub at noon. That's all you have to do. You
Oh,
don't have to
you're putting it
follow
on me
people
now.
around.
Now I have to do it. Now that you've said that.
When
Oh,
you go to the parks, do people come talk to you?
Yeah,
sometimes,
do they
yeah.
like
Yeah,
Oh,
and I'm awkward every time. Like, I don't know what to say. I'm always really weird. And yeah.
Would you like my
See,
do
autograph?
they
I got an email today from somebody who was like, "Do you remember when I came up and said hi to you?" And I'm like, "I do remember because I was so weird." Like, yeah, I was like,
do
I
they
don't know
do
what to
they
say.
shout to you, "Your WDW"?
Yes. People are like, "Is that person drunk? What?" It's like, no one shouts. They say hi and then I get awkward.
That's so cool, Julie. That's so cool.
You're so cool.
You have to teach us your ways.
It's what?
You have to teach us your ways. We need people to
Oh,
listen
how to
to
be
us.
awkward?
No,
You can't teach something like that. Yeah.
I didn't mean that, but
We're already
Oh.
awkward. It's okay.
Oh. For your podcast, just keep going. Keep going. You
I mean,
keep
we've been going for a
talking.
year.
You keep talking. It doesn't like no one will be listening and then suddenly they'll be listening. That's what I learned. You keep talking and you
Awesome.
get better every time. Every episode you get better and people will keep tuning in and if you keep with it, it'll happen. I think that's all I can say.
I have to
Yeah.
give you a compliment. So I listen to a lot of Disney podcasts because I like Disney World. And you, to me, are by far the best interviewer.
Oh,
I
thank
mean,
you.
you're welcome. There's a lot of podcast trip recaps, and so many people just sit there in silence. And I'm like, why are you
Yeah.
not saying anything back?
I find that really boring. I
Me
find that to be
too.
really dull. One thing I've learned about interviewing too, which you won't believe because this whole time I feel like I've just been shouting and like shouting over you and just like all excited and but I've learned in interviewing I've really learned how to listen, to actively listen, which it turned out I was really bad at before. You have no idea until you're conscious of it. Where
Yeah.
like if somebody's talking, I don't want to be ready to jump in with the next thing. And again, you wouldn't believe me based on this conversation today, but I was
You
just so excited to be here that I couldn't contain it.
Oh,
But,
Julie.
yeah, like
Shucks.
if you listen, the questions will just come because you're actively listening to people. And yeah, I think we could all use lessons in listening, huh? Just as
Yes.
human beings.
Yeah.
I speak over everyone all the time as
Me
demonstrated.
too. Let me show. Yes, I'm demonstrating now. That was a demonstration.
I apologize.
That joke didn't land, but yeah, no, you get it. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, you get excited and you want to share your piece.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we
thank
really
you
appreciate
so
it.
much.
Thank
And
you.
we're so glad to have a famous person on our podcast.
Semi-famous. Oh, thank you
All
guys.
right.
This is a blast.
Yes. And I think when I hit stop, you'll probably be hung up on. So in case that happens.
Rude, but okay. All right. In that
And
case,
also, we end our podcast with a little jingle. We're not doing it.
Yeah, we are.
So don't judge us, but we're about to sing a little
I'm
NSYNC.
judging. Go ahead.
But before we sign off, we have to say follow us on Instagram and TikTok
And
YouTube. TwiNSYNC.podcast. Julie, where can they find you?
Wherever you get your podcast, just search for Double Your WDW or the website doubleyourwdw.com.
Yay. All right.
Thank you.
We will sign off with our usual.
Okay.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye.
Judging.
Oh.